Hi and welcome to another video. It's not Sunday, so this is not a Sunday ritual. I will explain to you a bit later in the video why there was no Sunday ritual, but I still want to make this video because I want to talk to you about something that I have been mentioning on my social media, which is KAMBO, the frog medicine from the Amazon, and the feedback from my social media has been that people are actually interested in my experience and what it is and how it is going, as I am still continuing the process with regular ceremonies. So that's what this video is about, and I hope you enjoy. And before I start talking about KAMBO more, I just want to say I'm by no means an expert. I have been doing my research now for maybe 2 weeks from the first time I started doing a ceremony up until now, and there's still a lot of things I'm learning and I'm understanding. So I'm just trying to give you the best of my understanding so far. So let's start with looking at what is KAMBO. And KAMBO is also called the frog medicine, and it basically is the poison of probably the most frightened animal in the Amazon, which is this frog, and they call it also the monkey or leaf frog. And he basically doesn't have any predators because he has this very powerful poison that he or she segregates through the skin, which is almost, it looks like whitish from what I've seen, and it's basically like sweat, I guess. But yeah, they segregate this poison through the skin. And what happens in the KAMBO ceremony is actually that you are taking this the frog medicine, the poison, into your body, and I'll explain later in details how the whole ceremony goes down. But basically you are being burned with an incense stick on your skin, and then the poison, the frog poison, is being put onto these little openings of the skin, and then it goes straight into your lymphatic system. And before I start talking about the actual ceremony itself and how it goes down exactly, I want to talk a little bit more about the benefits of KAMBO and why it is such a powerful and strong medicine. So here is what I have found out so far through my research. KAMBO is a practice that comes from the indigenous tribes from the Amazon, as I mentioned before, and it acts on many different levels. It acts on the physical level, on the mental level, on an emotional level, and also on the spiritual level. KAMBO promotes strength, immunity, hunting skills, and also attraction, meaning that you become very attractive to the opposite sex, or maybe even the same sex. Which, when I think about it, does make a lot of sense, because it is a form of purification, a form of cleanse, and it does reflect in your aura, in your energy. You can feel that yourself when you are in the presence of someone that's very pure and you know, just has a pure energy and an honest and truthful energy. You can feel that, and it totally makes sense to me that KAMBO would promote that as well. KAMBO has the power to energetically reorganize our whole body, and it cleanses and resets our organs, and that of course tunes our whole organism. It is said to expand clarity, so it helps with cloudy minds or cloudy thoughts to really bring clarity back into your thinking. And that also it has this warrior initiation, which means it, you know, like it goes it fights laziness and weakness, which again makes totally sense, because coming back to what I said earlier, that it promotes hunting skills, also it really sharpens your senses, which are all things that they need when they hunt in the Amazon. And on a more emotional and spiritual level, KAMBO has the power to clear what they call panama, I think, and in plural they say panami, I believe, which which are deep blockages, which is all negative and bad energy within you that you carry. And basically it's structures within ourselves and our beliefs and our behaviors, which create this kind of illusion of what we think is our reality, but is not really our reality, and is holding us back from being who we truly are. And through that, you really can come back to your true self and what and who you really are. And just a little bit about the history and about the lineage of KAMBO and how it has been discovered. From my research so far and from what I've been told, it has been through Mother Ayahuasca, who basically gave the message to a shaman who lived in a village where all people got really sick, and he didn't know what to do. And then Mother Ayahuasca told him to take this frog, the monkey frog, and give the poison of this frog to the people, so they can it can strengthen their immune system and make them healthy again, make them strong, bring them back to their warrior spirit, and yeah, be basically healed from the sickness. So let me talk a little bit more about what happens in the ceremony and how I've been experiencing it. KAMBO stimulates a very strong physical reaction, meaning because you are actually getting rid of toxins and all bad energy, and you are basically purging all the bad stuff out of your system. So when you decide to undergo a KAMBO ceremony and take the frog medicine, the first thing probably that you have to do is you have to fast for at least half a day. And I usually on the day or so far with the ceremonies I've had, I just fasted the whole day, and then the ceremony was around evening times. And then yeah, you come into the space, and it's very sacred to me, and I really honor, you know, where this medicine comes from. I honor the medicine in itself, and I believe this is very important to do, because you are you don't want to disrespect kind of the ancestors and just where it comes from in general. It's with all rituals and ceremonies. I really believe it's important to honor its origins and to follow a certain way of how it's been passed on for so many years. So here's what happens kind of in the ceremonies that I've been doing. I started off the ceremony obviously with it's always an opening of the space, gratitude to, you know, Mother Ayahuasca, Grandfather Tobacco, and then you also get tobacco up your brains, up your nostrils, which was the first time for me as well. I've never done this. It's tobacco or hape, which is a medicine in itself, and it really I really like this medicine a lot as well, because it's like immediately you feel so, there's a lot of clarity in your mind, in your brain, in your thoughts, and I feel very pure. I feel very present within myself and very me. Like nothing is distracting. It's just very present. I guess for people who smoke weed, you could compare it with a wonderful high, I guess. But yeah, get the tobacco, and then for about 10 minutes or so I go into a meditation, and yeah, everybody in the ceremony is just kind of doing their own thing, and then yeah, it comes to the actual KAMBO. So what happens is that you are being burned with an incense stick on a particular part of your body, which is basically decided on, you know, kind of the shaman, based on what your intention is to come to the ceremony or what you want to let go of. Again, it's a very big part of the tradition and of the ceremony to have an intention why you're coming to do to take the frog medicine and to undergo this ceremony. So based on you telling them what your intention is, they will know which part of your body is best to get the medicine. Then you are being burned with an incense stick. It stings a little bit, but it's not like, oh my god, it's so painful. It's okay. And what happens after that is that you drink a minimum of 2 liters of water. And yeah, it's not so easy to drink that much water in one. For me, actually, it's not so much of a problem. I kind of create a little strategic. I don't drink any water or anything at least 2 hours before the ceremony, so I get actually really thirsty. So you drink your 2 liters of water, and then what happens is you are being giving the poison onto the little burns that you have on your skin. And they go very slow, especially if it's your first ceremony. They only apply 1 point, and then the second, and then the third, and maybe if you have more, they give you more. But it's very safe, and also especially if you have any physical conditions, you always have to tell them beforehand so they know. And it's a safe journey. Like, if you are in good hands with good shamans, then you're good. And then yeah, the medicine is applied onto your skin, and it enters your lymphatic system. And basically what happens, how they explain it, is the medicine scans your body and it detects any areas where there are issues to solve. And again, this can be physical issues, this can be emotional and mental blockages. So whatever is going on in also in your spirit, the medicine kind of takes its time to detect all these problems and these blockages and areas that need healing. And then when the medicine really takes its effect, what happens is that you start to feel a lot of heat building up in your body. And I mainly felt it coming up my back and over my shoulders here, and my neck area, up my ears and the side of my head, and even up to my head. And it almost feels like a pulsation happening. And you feel like your face is swollen. And I think when I was looking around at the ceremony, you can see it raising in people, because they get red faces. I definitely get a red face. And yeah, you can just see it, like the eyes swell a bit up. And then what happens is you get nauseous, and you get that urge to purge. Literally, it rises, and you just have to throw up. But it's not like you're throwing up food because you haven't eaten anything. The water, the reason why we drank so much water is because to help you flush out all the waste, all the negative energy, all the pain, and everything that doesn't serve you anymore, basically. And it's important to say that everybody gets a different amount of medicine, because everybody reacts differently. Some people need more medicine, some people need less medicine, especially if it's like your first time or your second time. And then at some point you will feel that, or you feel that there's no more purge coming, and then they take away the medicine. They just rub it off, and then you lay down on your back and you just need to rest, because it's like I said in the beginning, it's hard on the body, like it's strong physical reaction, and it takes a lot of energy to purge, and you just feel tired and you just want to rest, so you lay back for a while. I personally get really cold. I'm quite cold most of the time. So I always wrap myself up in a lot of blankets, and with my jacket on top of me, and then just rest and just be present. And then after a while, in the ceremonies that I have done so far, there's a third medicine that we take, which is sananga, and these are eye drops. And I yet have to do a bit more research into sananga, but it's pretty crazy. The first time I was like, shit. But it's almost like a little love-hate relationship that I now have with Sananga, because I really like it actually, but it is hard, because you basically, what happens and what it is, you lay on your back, and Sananga are eye drops, and they you close your eyes, and then they place the eye drops into the corner of your eyes, and then you have to open your eyes and blink, and it, no joke, it feels like someone would squeeze a lemon with cayenne pepper into your eyes, and it just burns. Like, you have, I at least had a physical reaction, but you try to keep it calm, you breathe, and you just blink a couple of times, and what they say is as well, let go of all that comes out of you, like you know, the strong physical reaction again, like when you feel like, oh my god, I can't handle it, you can make noise, you can breathe, you can, you know, obviously you don't want to move around too much, but I slap my arms down into the ground and my feet, because it's so intensive somehow, and I'm very, very sensitive with my eyes. I think it's such a sensitive part of our body, and such a vulnerable part, so it was like, holy crap, like I was like, wow. But then it passes, you know, like you have a lot of tears dropping down to the sides, and what Sananga does, it really helps with your vision. It clears your eyesight, from what I know so far. So again, it's a very powerful medicine, and every time I'm grateful that I'm in the position to get the medicine. And then, yeah, you basically can stay on your back, laying down as long as you need it, and then you slowly make your way back up into a seated position to close the ceremony. And again, it closes with gratitude to the medicine, to the frog, to Mother Ayahuasca, to Grandfather Tobacco, and yeah, I really value and appreciate the way we've been closing ceremonies and opening ceremonies, to really honor where it comes from and its tradition. And yeah, I feel like that makes the medicine even more powerful and is an important part of it. And then yeah, the last thing that I find as well really important is basically what your purge. You take your purge, and you if you are in nature, I guess you put it out into nature, but we were in a building, so we flushed it down the toilet, and you consciously flush down with your intention of what you want to let go. So again, it's part of the ceremony, it's part of the ritual. You consciously put it away, what does no longer serve you, and let go of what you've just been able to release. And that's pretty much it for how the KAMBO ceremony goes down, at least how I've been experiencing it. And yeah, it's I'll talk a little bit more now about my personal experience and how I've been feeling after doing the ceremonies. I have now had 3 ceremonies, and I am going back very soon for another one. And yeah, that's also the reason why there was no Sunday ritual and why this video is not coming out on Sunday, because I did a ceremony on that Sunday, and after that 3rd one I felt quite drained actually physically, so I just needed to rest. I just needed to be and allow, you know, allow it to process. The first time I did it, the day after, I woke up feeling a bit like, oh, tired and heavy, but then throughout the day I had a lot of energy and very clear. I'm very a sensitive person already. I feel very intensively at times what happens around me and energies around me, so it was even more intense, but in a good way, because I was very aware of it. Now, having done a 2nd and a 3rd ceremony, I'm still feeling good. I'm observing a lot, and I think I'm gonna have to keep going with the medicine to really give you a proper insight on the benefits that I feel, but I feel a lot of clarity is coming up. I can feel a process going on, if that makes sense, which is good because the process is going somewhere. I know that for sure. I've heard a few times people saying that my skin is very glowing. I think I use oils on my skin, so I think that plays a part as well. But yeah, people have been saying that I'm really glowing and that my energy is very present. I have not yet been able to purge bile out of my system. So far my purge has been very clear. It almost looks like just water. And they say, you know, obviously the darker and the more colorful the purge is, the deeper the medicine went. And so far for me it has been still very clear. Before my third ceremony I was really like bringing myself into space of I really surrender to the medicine. I surrender to the present moment, to let completely go of what doesn't serve me, what I want to let go, whatever is with me as a baggage I can now drop. And still having 9 points on my leg, the purge did not come by itself. I had to help it by using my fingers, and then I purged out. I'm observing as well how I'm evolving with each ceremony and practice that I do. I think for some people in the first one you already get a lot of bile, but again it's different for everyone, and I'm just being patient, and I'm consciously really telling myself that I'm surrendering and willing to let go of anything that I don't need anymore, basically. So that was more a little bit of my personal side and of my journey so far. I am continuing the journey, and I continue to take the frog medicine. And if you are interested in keeping up with my journey and how I'm feeling and changes, then let me know in the comments down below, I guess. And would I recommend it to other people? I definitely would, yes. I am this kind of person. I'm very curious. I trust in, you know, medicine that doesn't come from the Western world. Much more than the medicine that does come from the Western world. I pretty much do not trust it at all, and I don't take it at all. So yeah, it's and for me personally, it's always I'm discovering and I'm learning so much more about myself. I like to put myself into challenges, into uncomfortable situations, and I believe, especially with what I do with Calm Quality, I want to really practice what I preach. I believe the more calm I am within myself, the more pure, the more centered I am within myself, I am able to talk to that centeredness in other people, if that makes sense. So yeah, that was my reason for doing it, or for being on this journey, and I will continue to do it. And also probably in the future to enter my journey into ayahuasca, which is also something I have had a calling for a while, but I'm not stressing about it. I allow, you know, the flow to come natural, but maybe this is already a first step for me in this direction. So we'll see. If you have experience as well with KAMBO, I would love to hear your insights or how you have experienced it. And if you want to know more, again, let me know in the comments down below, and I will keep you posted and updated on how my journey is going. Thank you so much for watching this video, and take care of yourself. Bye!